Welcome to the High Wall of Lothric. Gorgeous looking place from the very beginning of the game. I am on a rooftop, and I am prepared to, unfortunately, jump to another rooftop. And that looks like it's going to be quite difficult. I think it's possible, but oh boy. I cannot believe I did that first try. My reward, Fleshbite Ring, +1. Good for us. Now we can advance to get yet another ring. And not too far from our roof escapades, here's a room where I think that glowy is an Estus shard. Not that I care about that for this particular playthrough. I've maxed those out, but I still have reason to clear this room out. Somebody blew something up, it's fine, don't worry about it. Who is throwing stuff? It must be somebody above me. Excuse me, sir. I need to take a breather for a second. Just backstab everybody, right? There, I can breathe for a second. Jeez. Anyway, this is Estus Shard? Yeah, I don't have need for that. What I do need, not sure if it's this. No, that's it. Ring of the Evil Eye +2. I guess it was worth it. And now we are in the Undead Settlement, where the giant throws his giant spears. Like so. Time to go a-hunting. He wasn't going after me, was he? I hope not, because I thought we were friends. Well, there's the cleric's equipment, that's pretty cool, I guess. But I was kind of looking for something else. But hey, if the giant's going to take out my enemies, I am not about to complain. There we go, the Poison Bite Ring +1. That's what I came here for, so now we can move on. Let's just leave. I'm going to find the secret ledge to jump off of. There it is. Got it. And now that I'm here, hey look, it's Sigvard. But before I talk to him, a life ring +1. How nice. But I'm not done yet. Now that I've taken care of the demon, we can go through this building here, onward and upward, doing what we can to advance as quickly as possible, because there is actually another ring around here. The bad news is I have to go through these two nightmares to get there. Excuse me. Cool, don't worry about it. Yikes. Man, I hate those things. Let's go all the way up and hope they don't follow me. Hey, remember this? Flynn's ring? Well, I got that on the first playthrough. I don't really need that. But that might be the thing. Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +2. The best Silver Serpent Ring you can get in the base game. I got a +3 in the DLC, but this is still quite nice. Well, here we are on the Road of Sacrifices. Once again, looking for rings. Doing what we can. Unless this is anything, but I don't think so. Doesn't look impressive. No, that was what I wanted. The Chloranthy Ring +2. Where I killed one of these bird enemies and knocked them right off. Marvelous. I'm going to teleport out of here because I'm not confident with my current situation. And we have now moved on to the swamp. I gotta go looking for glowies in the swamp. Turns out green blossom is not what I wanted, and I am gonna aggro 2 giant crabs and absolutely get killed. Unless... Lingering Dragon Crest +1. That's what I wanted. I did it. I got the thing. Now I gotta move on and not die. Oops, it's Yellowfinger Heisel. I gotta move on to... Whoops, it's 2 NPCs. Oh my god. Excuse me, sir. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm alright. They'll never get me. Yeah, don't get cursed. That'll shut them up at the very least, right? Hey look, it's a magic stone plate ring +1. My favorite. First of all, let's put out the flame because I feel like fighting the boss sometime today. Goody. And second of all, we have the Dark Stoneplate Ring +2. That takes care of Farron Keep. And now if we continue to move on, our adventures should be rewarded. Look at that. It's a new bonfire. Excuse me, gentlemen. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I don't really want them to follow me, but if they do, they do, I guess. But if I go around this area where the bonfire was waiting for me, Wolf Ring +1. Now I've already found a Wolf Ring +2, but remember, that could have been found, well, this thing could have been found in New Game +1, but the fact that I'm playing in New Game +2 means that I found the other ring earlier. In any case, all wolf rings are now accounted for. Welcome to the Cleansing Chapel. I just made it to this area where, unfortunately, I had not yet clicked record before I picked this item up, but it was a Ring of Favor +2. That takes care of one of our 2 rings. The other one can be found shortly before the boss. Let's see if I can make it over there. Alright, the worst of it's over. I am now approaching the boss of the Cleansing Chapel, the Deacons of the Deep. I'm going to have to do a little bit of running for this one. I'm going to aggro some knights. I don't like that. Or maybe not. And I get the Ring of the Evil Eye +1. That takes care of the 2 rings in the Cleansing Chapel. We are now in the Catacombs of Karthus. This is the very beginning, where we have a little bridge here that I can cross, but I don't want to cross it just yet. I would actually rather go this way. Ring of Steel Protection +2. Quite useful. Oh, he actually stayed dead. Anyway, I'm looking for a prize. Thunder Stoneplate Ring +1. And immediately, that takes care of the rings in the Catacombs of Karthus. Alright. Anyway, while Black Knight Sword is not what I was looking for, this is supposed to be hunting for rings. Black Knight armor, not bad. Well, now that I'm here, I think I see a glowy at the end of this room. The Flame Stoneplate Ring +2. Thank goodness. Here we are at the giant ballista that makes life miserable in the smoldering lake. I suppose while I'm here I may as well turn it off. That certainly feels better. Of course, while I'm here, I have another thing to do. We'll see if I can find what it is. I'm going to assume that giant is dead and let sleeping dogs lie. But otherwise, perhaps this is what I wanted. The Bloodbite Ring +1. And just like that, we are done with Smoldering Lake. We have now made it to Irithyll Valley. I just made it through this dark basement-looking area and found this ledge. If I go down the stairs, then I go to the lake with the creepy centipede women. But if I drop here, then I can get my hands on a Covetous Gold Serpent Ring +1. Very nice. Well, I just made it through that lake area with those gross centipede creatures, through the area where some Honorlando knights were attacking me, and I made it all the way out. So if I go into this little alcove, what can I find but a Wood Grain Ring +2. This is as good as the Wood Grain Ring gets. Now there is only one more ring to be found in this area. Now, here we are in front of the Pontiff Sulivan fight, which I'm not going to engage in, at least not yet. First, what I would like to do is, make sure these guys can't see me. That's pretty scary. And then Chloranthy Ring +1. I think somebody found me out, but the good news is that this takes care of the rings in Irithyll Valley. I have just beaten Pontiff Sulivan, and I went up to where those sniping fireball deacons were, and went all the way around to this area above the boss fight room, and I have found a Ring of Favor +1. Well, I've made it to the Dark Moon Covenant area in Honorlando, so now I get to play the game of drop through this dangerous area and not die. Item number 1, this is probably not it. A Painting Guardian's Curved Sword. That is cool, but it's not what I'm looking for right now. Painting Guardian various equipment, also very good, but not quite what I want. Maybe it's that thing just below. Yeah, it's gotta be. Havel's Ring +2. That's incredible. That's going to be quite a lot more equipment that I can hold. I have made it to the Irithyll dungeon. Just took out the giant that was in this room. And now I'm going to drop down and hopefully not die. Let's hope I'm even going the right way, because there are 2 exits. I think this is the right way. And Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +1. That's it. That's the only ring in this dungeon. Good for me. We have now made it to the Profaned Capital. There are actually 2 rings to find here. Let's see what we can do. This is probably just a dead end. But the stairs go down. Magic Stoneplate Ring +2. Easy. Well, here I am in the Toxic Swamp area. You could tell because I am afflicted with toxic. I just destroyed the wizard that was up here and was making my life a little miserable. But in addition, there's something that I think I want to drop to. And if that isn't it, then I'm wondering what could be. I'll drop off here. I'm not going to go in there. That's the scary room. But what about something like this? Flame Stoneplate Ring +1. There we go. That takes care of the Profane's Capital. Now we have gone past the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. We are about to enter the Consumed King's Garden. This, I think, should actually be a very quick trip. I hop off here. I hop off here. And I give it another shot. But the good news is that the jump was not a complete waste. Wood grain ring +1. Hooray for me. And now as I take the elevator back up, that is a tricky jump, though. That is a very tricky jump. But I did it this time. Sage ring +2. There you go. Those are the rings in the Consumed King's Garden. They're right next to each other. Well, here we are in front of the other Firelink Shrine in the Untended Graves. Yeah, this was a little irritating. I had to beat Osiris, the king of the Consumed King's Garden, and I had to beat Champion Gunder of the Untended Graves. Also, I could go ring hunting. A little troublesome, but nothing I couldn't take care of. We have a life ring +3. How fortunate. But what is some good news is that our work is not yet done. This isn't exactly enemy central, which I'm quite pleased about because there's more exploring to be done. I didn't bother with just about any of this stuff in the initial playthrough because there was really nothing to see here. But now, of course, we can go outside. I guess I'll take the seed of a giant tree. But more importantly, the Ring of Steel Protection +1. Here we are in Lothric Castle. I have just slain one of the 2 wyverns here. That's why I can walk out here. There's the other one down there, just hanging out, I guess. It's seen better days. But what we can do now is go out the other side, which is probably where the game expects you to go. And then we can see a little place to fall with a life ring +2. Well, there's the boss, the Dragon Slayer Armor, I think it's called. But instead, I am going to go this way and fall off of here into scary area. I almost died, but I'm too talented to die. Oh my goodness. At least if I get rid of the thing, then that'll get rid of that wyvern, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. This is the place where I accidentally fell into in the initial playthrough. But this time I went on purpose and I got a dark stone plate ring. +1. Well, here's the boss area again, but this time we're going to go a different way. We're going to take ourselves a path that actually already had a ring on it. The red tearstone ring, but I'm not interested in collecting that one this time. Instead, I shall go this way and acquire the Thunder Stoneplate Ring +2, and that takes care of Lothric Castle. Now we are at the Grand Archives. This was that tall tower where I had to fight 3 of those winged knights. Well, we've made it all the way to the top, but now it is time to go looking for rings. First of all, we'll make our way around this central area and find a lingering Dragon Crest ring +2. But wait, there's more. This time we'll go ahead and climb. Well, okay, I didn't need that one so much, but what I could use is in here. We've been here before. I don't think I could cross from one of these beams to another, so I'll drop here. And then in here. And then here. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. A blessed gem. But, and yeah, I heard the guy shooting at me. If he hits me, I'm dead, because he'll just knock me off. A Sage Ring +1. That takes care of the Grand Archives. Now there's only one area left, and 2 rings left to collect, and one of them is going to be utterly, utterly horrible. Welcome to Archdragon Peak. I had to fight a lot of snake men to get through here, so I do hope that this was worth it. This place has 2 rings, and I intend to get at least one of them right here. Hopefully I can get it without too much trouble. There it is, Havel's Ring +1. I know I already said this already, but remember, even though I got +2 before +1, I could have gotten this in a second playthrough. I just happened to be doing a third playthrough to get every ring, so the order is what it is. Bad news for me. While the next ring is the last one, it is by far the most difficult one to get. Here we are about to fight a New Game Plus version of what is arguably the most difficult boss in the game. But that's okay, I'm a pro. Not only am I going to beat him, but I'll even do a second phase the real way. I won't stick around the background and fire arrows at him for an hour like I did the first time. Because this time I've learned how to get good, as they say. You see? He is really being kind to me. Oh, and I even get a visceral finish. Bam! Get out of here. And now quickly I run away. Because I could use a little health. Now, let us fight like gentlemen. Everything's fine. As you can see, I clearly have this under control. Oh, I could actually stand to heal again. Look at that. Alright. Excuse me, sir. Fool. I almost got tagged by that one. Oh, now he's mad. Now he's super mad. Wait for it. 1, 2. It's alright. Fighting this guy is super scary, but it's really engaging if you do it right. Get ready for it? 1, 2. I liked it when I dealt more damage. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. Oh, wait for it. 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, the real way. Now, you may notice that there's a little bit different about me. What's up with this red glow, for example? I made some modifications. You may have also noticed that I had 15 Estus shards and not 14. I allotted everything into regular Estus. I got rid of the Ash Estus. I had Embers on tap to give myself a little bit of a health boost when I went into Phase 2. It also refills my health, so it's kind of a secret 16th Estus. So, what did I do with myself? These rings are the same. Covetous Silver Serpent Ring plus 3. In retrospect... Oh my god, I just realized I didn't change out the ring that I should have. I actually unnecessarily made this a little bit harder on myself. What I was going to say was I thought that I had had the Pontiff's right eye equipped, which lets me do more damage as I combo. How embarrassing! I can't believe I could have made this fight easier on myself. But I did have Lloyd's sword ring, which makes me do more damage when my HP is full. That's why I was quite insistent on healing. I cannot believe I did that. I wanted the Pontiff's right eye. I could have had a health or a damage boost and a damage boost. How embarrassing. Also, I turned my longsword into a refined longsword. Refined lowers your base damage, but it increases scaling with strength and dexterity. You see where it says attack power physical? It used to be something like... What was it? Like 200 plus 220 or something like that? And now it's 198 plus 290, so I do have a little bit more of a boost. But this is only because I've leveled up just that much. Now, for the very, very important part, I'm going to go find the thing that I was looking for. That just takes me right back out, it looks like. So, let's go a-hunting. Well, hello, could this be what I want? Covetous Gold Serpent Ring plus 2. Master of Rings. The Dark Soul. Ladies and gentlemen, I have done it. And to celebrate, I'm going to give myself a bit of a victory lap. How am I going to do this? Why, I will show you. It is time to do a little bit of transposition. Oh yeah, I never even gave the guy the transposing kill, and I haven't talked to him this playthrough. So, let's get a load of a cool weapon. The Dragon Slayer Sword Spear. The soul of the Nameless King. The deific hunter of dragons. The sword spear is imbued with lightning, of which he was the heir. The earliest form of the cross spear. I kind of like that. It implies it inspired Ornstein's thing, I guess. So, I have that now. Which means we can have ourselves a little bit of fun. Let's go outside. By the way, I should mention, The Nameless King is the only boss in the game whose soul can be turned into 3 things. Of all characters I have to fight 3 times in order to get all their stuff, it's the hard one. In any case, we will start with the Storm Curved Sword, which is the other Nameless King weapon. Pretty cool weapon. What can it do? That's what it can do. You'll recall he used an attack kind of like that against me. Now how about... You see there's the spear? There's the sword spear. My goodness. Yeah, it's a spear, alright. Very nice. But... that is a little too good. And it's crackling. Oh, a thing of beauty. But now for the true victory lap. First, we shall equip ourselves with a sorcerer's staff. I actually took the effort, by the way, to level up enough faith to be able to use that sword spear technique. But now that I have the sorcerer's staff, whoops, look at this. Old Moonlight. Not bad. I don't know if I have enough to do the last thing. But you recall, Old Moonlight was from the DLC boss, I believe. Yeah, from mid-ear. Very nice, very nice. And just to make sure so I don't have a dud attack, my super duper final thing I'm going to do after I restore my magical energies will be to go outside once more. And you see, I was quite disappointed that I was unable to make a particular weapon from Osiris because I felt obligated to go for platinum by making a magic spell. So I did that. But because I did another playthrough, I now have at long last the Moonlight Greatsword. Welcome to King's Field 1 on Japanese PS1. It's a greatsword like you'd expect, but it can be oh so much more. Let's get a better look if we can. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, my intelligence stat is not very high, so that wasn't a free kill. But I'll take it. That's pretty great. It's not enough to kill because again, not really focusing heavily on the intelligence stat, but... don't have enough magic. It is what it is. I love the I don't know what to do animation when you try using like a talisman or something and you don't have the right thing equipped. In any case, that will do. So, this was a very, very fun playthrough, and I very much appreciate your watching. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we have done it. We have finished Dark Souls 3, and therefore the Dark Souls trilogy. What a ride it has been. You could see the mechanical improvements from the first and second games up to the third, and lots of callbacks, especially the Dark Souls 1. This game seemed to lean pretty heavily into Dark Souls 1. Do you remember on Orlando? I thought the beginning of the game was on Orlando, and then I entered actual on Orlando. Felt a little weird. And we're playing reused areas, although they're different because hallways are blocked up and things like that. There came a point, you know, that the banner comes down, the gargoyles pick you up and fly you somewhere. In a vacuum, at a glance, well, maybe I can't say in a vacuum, but at a glance, it looks arguably a little less creative. Like, okay, I get it. I'm a fan of Dark Souls 1. Thank you for the fan service. I like Dark Souls 1. But at the same time, that actually plays into this game's overall message. Dark Souls 1 was an attempt to link the fire and break the cycle by continuing the Age of Fire, or the Age of the Gods. Or you could not do that and bring in the Age of Humanity. Dark Souls 2 shows you what happens a long time after that, where things are kind of repeating the cycles. The big four bosses have their souls show up in that game's 4 big bosses, and you're like, oh, that's a little familiar. I think I recognize Seath's soul somewhere in there. And then in Dark Souls 3, there are callbacks to the big 4 again. Right down to Aldrich, the Devourer of Gods, who has kind of Nito's body and Gwendolyn's head and attacks and music. That was pretty crazy. I don't really know about... I don't think I can make the 4 Kings work in there, or the Bed of Chaos. I was thinking Izalith. Maybe the Fire. I don't know, but we're getting callbacks to the big 4 again. We get Ornstein's armor again, and you're like, okay, I get it. But this whole game, though, is about not only breaking or maintaining the cycle, but about how stop. Just stop. Just get over it. It's over. It's done. The only characters in this game who seem to have lives, who aren't going mad, are ones who have moved on. Andre is like, I just like being a blacksmith. I'm going to be a blacksmith now. And people who are concentrating on the cycle are starting to go mad. That's the game's ultimate message. It's over. You can see in the Ringed City DLC, when you go to the scrap heap, or not the scrap heap, but is it called the scrap heap? When you first enter there, and you see all those wrecked buildings and everything, and when you, it's reminiscent of the DLC in Dark Souls 1, but when you get to the end, Filianor's Rest, and you reveal it for what it really is, sand has built up over the ages, buildings are all off-kilter. When you get to the very end of the base game, when you start going to the Kiln of the First Flame, you could see that that's kind of what it looks like. The Filianor, the end of the DLC, kind of looks like the end of the regular game. It's all just an illusion to maintain the feeling that what you're doing has a greater purpose and is cool, but everything is just old, decayed, and abandoned, and even the overseers are hollow or dead. That was a nice touch. The end of this game is like, okay, we made another Dark Souls game for you. I hope you like it. We're making something different next time. We're done. You should move on too. Because the people who want more and more Dark Souls and want to see more and more callbacks are ironically themselves becoming part of the cycle. I have to get more of the same thing. And Dark Souls 3 is like, alright, you had your fun. I hope you like the series. This is the part where the series ends. The ages have come to an end. Instead of fighting Gwyn, we're fighting the Lord of Cinder itself. Like I forgot what it was called. But it's effectively the Age of Fire and the Age of Dark. Just, you got the sky, and you've got this fire being, and then you finally, with the endings, can actually bring the whole era to a conclusion. It's a very nice touch, and I quite like this game as well. I mean, I think I can bring myself to sort of accept the end as well. I've now platinumed the Soulsborne series, including Demon's Souls, Dark Souls 1 and 2, Bloodborne, and now Dark Souls 3. This has been a wonderful time with some super engaging fights, especially the Nameless King and Meteor, even though those are the ones I died the most to, except for maybe Aldrich. They were so much fun, and very engaging once you get into the rhythm. Nameless King was kind of like Artorias, who punishes you with far more damage if he gets a hit off on you. But once you get into it, though, it's just a very fun, high-paced, adrenaline-pumping fight. It's very cool to have played a series that had all sorts of different and yet intentionally samey little things like that. I never expected a callback to freaking Earthen Peak from Dark Souls 2, but at this point,
we can move on and play other games. I'll surely do more FromSoft stuff, but we've got the Soulsborne thing down. It has been a wonderful time. Thank you very much for watching this Let's Play. I hope you've enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed playing it. This has been a wonderful time, and who knows what we'll go into next time. Until next time, everyone.